Okay, now I'm going to open up Sublime Text. Welcome. So this is the welcome controller that our entire MVC structure is. We have controllers, models, and views. Okay, now I'm going to open up Sublime Text, and we're going to add that as a folder to our project. Alright, and let's see what happens if we go to http localhost/ci blog. Alright, so that brings us to the CodeIgniter welcome page. And if we look in the file structure and we look in controllers, we have this welcome.php. So this is the welcome controller that a default CodeIgniter installation gives us. Alright, so this is what's being set as the root. Okay, now if we were to go to /welcome, or actually it has to be, for now, index.php/ welcome, and that brings us to the welcome controller as well. Alright, now we want to get rid of this index.php. We want to just be able to go to / and then our controller name. So we're going to edit a couple things. Let's go into config, and if we go to config php, first of all we're going to set our base URL. Alright, so that's going to be localhost/ci blog. And then we want to get rid of this index.php. And then we want to get rid of this index.php. Okay, we'll just clear that out. Alright, we're going to save that. Alright, now let's go over here and try to go to /welcome. Okay, we still get object not found. What we need to do is create a .htaccess file that will allow us to redirect to just the controller name. So we're going to create inside the root, not in the application folder, but in the root, new file, and we're going to save it as .htaccess. As htaccess. And then I'm going to paste this in, and you can use this as a boilerplate for all of your CodeIgniter applications. All right, we're basically redirect this, and then I'm going to paste this in, and you can use this as a boilerplate for all of your CodeIgniter applications. All right, we're basically redirecting to the controller. But we do want these files to be these folders to be static. Okay, we want an assets folder, images, JS, and CSS. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. And now if we reload, we now see our welcome controller. So any controller we create, we can go to here, and then any method in that controller we want to call, like say we have a post controller and we want to call show, and then we might want to pass in an ID. As a parameter, so we could do that as well. So post show to. So that's what we'll be doing. All right. Let's close that out, and let's create a pages controller in case we want to add, for instance, an about page or services, some kind of static page. So we're going to create a controller for that. So in controllers, we'll say new file, and we're going to save it as pages.php. Now, a good rule to follow is for your controllers to keep them plural, okay, pages, and then for your models to keep those singular. So it would be a page. controller, but we do want the, and that brings us to the welcome controller as well. All right, now we want to get rid of this index PHP. We want to just be able to go to slash and then our controller name. So we're going to and then we want to get rid of this index PHP. Okay, we'll just clear that out. go slash welcome. go to config PHP. First of all, we're going to set our base URL. Alright, so that's going to be localhost/ci blog. And then we want to get rid of this index PHP. Okay, we'll just clear that out. Alright, now let's go over here and try to go to /welcome. Okay, we still get object not found. What we need to do is create a .htaccess file that will not in the app .ht. And then I'm going to paste this in, and you can use this as a boilerplate for all of your CodeIgniter applications. These is JS reload to here controller ID. We'll be doing. Let's go in control.php file, and we're going to create a controller for that. So in controllers, we'll say new file, and we're going to save it as pages.php. Now, a good rule to follow for you is main control for now. So we're going to create the head message views, and if you look at the welcome message view, it has the HTML tags, the head tags, all of that, and we don't want to have to put that in every single view. So we're going to create a header and a footer file that we can include in each view. Alright, so let's create a folder inside views, and we're going to call it templates. And we're going to create a file called header.php. Alright, create footer in here. Now in the footer that HTML, close that. And that's it for now. So save that. Now in the footer, we want to close that body tag. And okay, we'll save that. Now let's go back to the controller. HTML, close that body tag. And that's it for now. And that's it for now. So save that. Now in the footer, we want to close that body tag. And we want to close that HTML tag. Go back to the controller, pages controller, and inside the view, we're going to check to see if a view exists of this page. Okay, so let's do if, I'm going to say if not file exists, and then we'll pass in here our app path. Okay, that's a CodeIgniter constant that gives us the path to our application folder, and then we want to concatenate onto that views slash pages slash, and then whatever that variable of page is. So we're going to concatenate that, and then .php. All right, and then inside here, all we want to do is show an error. So we'll say show underscore 404. Okay, which is a CodeIgniter function to load a 404 error. A variable inside of a data that we're going to create a variable inside of a data array called title. All right, and this the data array represents the data or the variables that we want to pass into the view. So for a title, we're going to just use the page name. Okay, but we want that to have a capital letter to begin with, so we're going to use UC first. We're going to wrap it in that function. All right, and then we want to load our views. We want to load the header, we want to load the page, and the footer. So we'll say this load view, and in here we want from the templates. It automatically looks in the views folder. All right, so templates, header, and then we want to pass, actually we don't need to pass anything into that. So let's copy that. This one down here will be the footer. and this one will be the page. So we want this to go to a folder called pages, and then we want the page name, so we're going to concatenate that. Okay, and then we want to pass along any data that we put in that data array. Okay, which right now we just have the title. So let's go ahead and save that. Now if we try to go to, we just have the title. So let's go ahead and save that. Now if we try to go to, let's say /pages/ about, you'll see we get a 404 error because it's looking for about.php inside of the views pages folder. It's looking for about.php inside of the views pages folder. It's not there, so we're getting a 404. So what we'll do is go into views, create a folder called pages, and let's create a file, save it as about.php, and create a file, save it as about called pages. Do is go into views, create a folder called pages, and let's create a file, create a folder called pages, and let's create a file, save it as about.php, and we'll just say this is about, save that, and let's see, why isn't that loading? Pages about, oh, actually, you know what, it's pages/views or view/about, because we want the pages controller, but we want the view method. All right, and then the page. So let's load that, and we get this is about. If we look at the source code page, so let's load that, and we get this is about, the views is about, save that, and let's see, why isn't that loading? Pages about, oh, actually, you know what, it's pages/views or view/about, because we want the pages controller, but we want the view method. All right, and then the page. So let's let's load that, and we get this is about. If we look at the source code, we have the HTML, and then we have it down here as well. So we know we're loading the header and the HTML, and then we have it down here as well. We look at the source, right, and then the page. So let's load that, and we get this is about. If we look at the source code, we have the HTML, and then we have it down here as well. So we know we're loading the header and the footer. Alright, so that's what we want so far. Now, as for routing, we don't want to have to go to pages/view/about. I want to just be able to go to /about. Alright, so what we can do is go into config and then go into routes.php, and let's see. I'm going to just get rid of all this comment stuff. We don't need this. And then we're going to go right here and we're going to say route, and then pass in some quotes and then parentheses, and we want to say any. So this is going to get anything that we go to. So CI blog / anything. Alright, and then we want to set that to go to pages/view. Now remember, if we don't pass in a page such as above, it's going to call home by default, this right here, home. Alright, so it'll look for home.php, and that's what we're going to have to create. Alright, so let's go ahead and save that. And then if we try and go to just CI blog /about, no, that didn't work. Oh, you know what? We got to put in pages/view $1. Okay, because that represents anything. So go ahead and reload. And now we get this is about. Alright, now if we just go to let's say CI blog. Alright, so it's still going to welcome for our default controller, and we don't want that. We want it to go to pages/view. Alright, now if I save that and we reload, we get page not found because it's looking for home, because that's what gets passed in by default if we don't provide a page. So let's go to Views, Pages, create a file, and we'll save it as home.php. And let's just say this is home. Go back. And now we get this is home. So this is our home page. Now we can pass in, or we did pass in the data if we look at our pages controller. Okay, so right here we're passing along data, which we have the title. So let's go to About PHP and let's put in an H2, and then here we're going to use this syntax, and we want title. Okay, we'll save. Now if we go to About, we get About. Okay, save, title, tax, and okay, we'll save. Now if we go to About, we get About. Okay, we're passing that data variable in, and it's extracting the title variable from it, and we can use that anywhere in our view. Alright, if we go back to the home page, we still have this as home because we didn't include the title on that. If we were to do that, we're going to get home. Alright, but I don't actually want it to say home. I don't want this on this page. I do want it on the About. Alright, so for now we'll just leave that. Alright, so now that we have basically our static routing system, I want to make this look a little better. I also want some navigation, so we're going to use Bootstrap. Alright, and I'm going to use a custom Bootstrap template from BootSwatch. Okay, so you can choose from any of these, and we're just going to grab, let's grab this Flatly. Alright, so if I click download, I'm going to just grab the link here. Feel free to grab the whole file and download it, but I'm just going to grab the link, and then we'll go to header. And we'll provide the link here. Okay, we'll paste it in. Save it. Okay, we'll paste it in. But I'm just going to grab the link here Flatly. Alright, so if I click download, I'm going to just grab the link. Link here. Feel free to grab. Alright, so if I click download, I'm going to just grab the link here. Feel free to grab the whole file and download it, but I'm just going to grab the link, and then we'll go to header. The link. And now Bootstrap is in effect. Alright, so let's grab okay, we'll paste paste it in, save it here. Okay, we'll paste it in, save it, and now Bootstrap is in effect. All right. So let's grab, let's put in a nav bar in the header. That way it shows on every single page. Now I'm going to paste this in. There's going to be some stuff that I paste in just to page. Now I'm going to paste this in. There's going to be some stuff that I paste in just to save time, but basically we just have a very simple nav bar. We have a brand or logo of CI blog, and let's just make that go to the home page. And then we have a home link and an about link. Okay, so let's save that. And then we have a home link and an about link. Okay, so let's save that. Okay, so there's our nav bar. Okay, so let's save that. Okay, so there's our nav bar. If I click about, oh, you know what? That's taking us to localhost/about. So what we need to do is provide the base URL, and we can do that in CodeIgniter by saying php echo base underscore URL. And that should bring us to the home page. And then down here, let's copy that and then put that in here, and then /about. All right, let's try that, and then put that in here, and then /about. All right, let's try that. Does that not work anymore? Let's see, CodeIgniter base URL. Oh, you know what? We need to enable the URL helper. All right. So with CodeIgniter, there's different things. There's helpers. There's libraries. There's other types of elements too, and we need to load those if we want to use them. Okay. There's a form helper. There's an HTML helper. So we could load it right in our controller, or we can load it globally. So we're going to do globally. So if we go to config and then auto load PHP, here's all the stuff we can auto load: packages, libraries, drivers, helpers, config files, language files, and models. So we want the helpers, which is right here. We're going to pass in URL. All right, so let's try that. Okay, so now it's working. Home takes us to home. About takes us to about. Perfect. All right, so there's going to be some other stuff we're going to load as well. Now let's go to, I want to wrap this in a container so that the content's pushed over. So if we go to our header file, we're going to put a div at the bottom here and give it a class of container. Oops, we're not going to end it here. We want to end it in footer because we want it to wrap around everything. So let's open footer.php. Footer because we want it to wrap around everything. And ending, let's open footer.php, and then we'll put an ending div. Okay, and now we have a container around our content. You know what, let's just put a title inside of home PHP. Grab that. And put a paragraph at the bottom here. And give, oops, so let's div. And now we have a container ending div PHP. Put a to and in the above API side of around our content. Okay, and now we have a container around div. End it here. We want to end it in PHP. Grab that put a title container around our content. You know what, let's just put a title inside of home PHP. Grab that. All right. Okay. So now if you want to create other static pages and then a navigation item. I'll work on new file. Okay, our blog post. So let's create a controller. We'll say new file posts. Okay, our blog thing out and navigation item just by adding on a new view. If you want to create other static navigation. Okay, so now if you want to create other static pages, you can do that really easily just by adding a view down here and then a navigation item. Alright, so let's close everything up, and you can do that